What is going on there, everyone, and welcome back to another video from Dracon. Today we're going to go into something I'm really looking forward to reviewing because I've been having this on the shelf and I want to get into them. So this is the Wildspire Miniatures Spellblades Enchanted Object Set. Now you can buy these on Amazon. That's where I purchased it. If you haven't checked out my videos before, I reviewed a lot of the Wildspire stuff. Their hero set, the painted hero set, the animals set, because mine was an animal human or heroes bump set at the time. They had the big bulk set, and I bought that one because it came with both. Granted, I wish I waited a little longer because they then released a double set for the animals part, so you got two animals of each one. And I was like, oh man, really missed out. Because I would love to have the two of the elephants in it, or the two of the deer in it, you know, without having to buy another set. But anyway. And then I also did their recent one for that lovely, actually their own sort of premium set they released. Came with the huge book dragon, as I like to call it, because it's reading books. You got like all the creatures. You had tieflings, you had keg golems, you had ratmen swarms, and it was like, oh man, like that was such a good set. So I have really high hopes this one's good. So as you can see from the packaging too, the packaging is simple, but it's still good. Wildspire Miniatures, I mean, goodness gracious, reach out to me and send me your stuff to review. I would love to review their stuff because this is some lovely product. Every one of their products I've had, I've always said they were great and definitely worth getting. Hopefully this one continues because so far they've just been nice. Even the pre-painted set was simple, but it was good. Like, I love the idea of an orc chef. That was a really funny one. I love the orc chef. I even love the gnome or like the halfling riding on the back of a giant pug. Heck, I even love the hell pugs they came with in the premium set. They were funny. I had to laugh at me like, hell pug. I was like, oh, that's funny. Imagine a devil walking out and you're like, my dog, sick of them. And you expect a Cerberus or a death dog or something, all of a sudden runs out a little pug. And you're like, oh, it's adorable. Till it shoots fire on you. You're like, oh, crap, it burns. Anyway, let's open this box and take a look inside. Okay, so first off, we actually do get, like with the last one, we get a book. We actually get an Enchanted Objects book, so I will be able to read what we're reviewing for you all. Plus, there's also a lovely big miniature in here, and I can't wait to get to that one for this set. But yeah, so I'll actually be able to read what these creatures are and look at their stats, so we can have a little more of a serious conversation. Anyway, let's get this bag opened up here and take a look what's inside. Okay. So here we have two lovely miniatures. I went with the animated objects first because they're kind of different. We have the animated broom, which is this lovely broom gentleman walking with a zombie pose at us. And we also have the archivist's assistant. So based on their stats, they are considered small constructs, which I wish the assistant probably had it, but probably for balancing they made it bigger. It looks like a mechanical goblin for the assistant. And I actually don't hate that. Because he's carrying around, looks to be some type of mechanical canisters or books. He's got like gear eyes, which is unique. And he's got like a little mustache. Kind of like a dapper little mecha goblin. That's pretty sweet. He's got blind sight, which is good because he doesn't have eyes. So that's pretty good to know. Doesn't speak languages. He even has attacks. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Oh, no, he does have... No, yeah, he's blind sight. There it is. What is this? What is this? Oh, he can slam you, or he can just carry stuff. Wouldn't be a bad thing for an arc, or you know, one of your mages to craft or you know buy, because it would be a nice thing to carry around stuff for your party if you can get them, you know, to be loyal. Simple small construct. Yes, they're made to lurk at a grand library or runic enchantments areas. Huh. Sorry, I'm just reading the book. The book is... These books are so detailed. I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, let's take a look at the page here for a second. I mean, sorry, that was just a quick Snapchat. I didn't have time to really set up in front of the camera. But as you can see, they're really well detailed. They may be small books, but that might not be a bad thing either. Because it's really awesome. But now we're going to talk about the animated broom, which has blind sight, another construct. It's not really strong. It's only about a 6, so pretty weak. It has a slam and a sweep attack. Goes into a frenzy of sweeping if the dust or sand... Okay, I just had a moment notice. You could literally defeat an animated broom. Has no, if you just literally throw some dirt or sand on the floor, it'll go into a frenzy and just start sweeping. I don't even, yeah, it doesn't even do, oh, okay, there's one thing it does, though, is while it's doing this, it creates a fog cloud, like the spell fog cloud. Huh. That's pretty cool, actually. Has surprisingly like 25 hit points. That's pretty surprising for a broom, and it's pretty fast. You know what it does remind me, though? Reminds me of those living brooms from the old Disney movies, Mickey Mouse thing. It just reminds me of those brooms when they were coming to life and stuff. It just reminds me of that. Really hilarious. Okay. Not take forever, but let's get to the next ones. Okay, next up we have the animated cauldron and the animated dagger swarm. Okay, now dagger swarm is interesting because there is the cloud of daggers from the spells one that WizKids created, but you could do this definitely as a replacement for it because this is basically another swarm of daggers. It's just an animated dagger swarm, so it's literally the same thing, which is animated. So I mean, like you could use this to represent swarm, you know, like swarm of daggers. You could literally do that, and it wouldn't be a problem, which is very unique. And I do like the cauldron because it has like the scaly dinosaurian feet, but it gives me the feel of like Baba Yaga. It looks like something she would have. So if you're trying to set up like say a Baba Yaga house, like you went and bought the anime house and stuff, and you made the inside, you could literally have one of these things walking around with a deadly toxin of whatever Baba Yaga's making. I mean, it also has a boil attack, which is pretty cool. It can slam you, which I guess makes sense. I think it does have an eye, doesn't it? Oh, no, it's blindsight, so it doesn't have any eyes. It has 40 hit points, so I guess it's just breaking the cauldron open. Yeah. That's pretty sweet. I do like that. I like this bubble, the boil mechanic. I love all the little... Unlike in the picture, you have a little bit of the liquid spewing out the top there, which I actually really dig that. I dig that very much. Oh, sorry, my camera's just... There you go. I'm just readjusting. And I like the dagger swarm. Yeah, okay. It's like swarm of daggers. It just slices, and then, you know, it just cuts. There is differences based on whether the swarm has half HP or less, or more HP or more than half. So that's unique that there is a difference. It's almost like it dies down when it does that. Yeah. Because instead of 3d4s plus 8, it gets 2d4s plus 8 when it's half. So that's different. I like that it actually has a nice little, like, you know, oh, the swarm's getting lower than half. It's going to go, you know, it's going to go soon. Really nice, really nice. I look forward to painting these because they're going to be fun little paint jobs. They're not big creatures. There are some sorcerers as well, but I'll be going over them second just because they're actual characters. And, yeah. Let's get to the next group of animated things, shall we? Okay, so here we have one that's adorable and one that's just kind of creepy. We have the animated flask, which, as you can see, they are flasks with feet. Those are cute. That's adorable. I don't care who you are, that's cute and adorable. Like, that's awesome that they got little feet and they run around and they explode. Oh, what? They explode? Okay, that I did not know. Okay, these flasks are walking grenades. That is awesome and terrifying at the same time. Man, if you get in... Wow. I'm just thinking if you get... Dang, if you get someone who can just create these things on the fly... Legit, your group is going to have just grenades. And they're going to say, go forth, my walking grenades, as they run up to your enemy and blow themselves to smithereens. It is weird how in the picture they do have like green, blue, and red, which I guess since they only blow up with fire, so that's kind of sad. For flavoring, I would actually legit say what kind are you making, whether it's an acid bomb or a lightning bomb or a fire bomb, wind bomb, heck, even a sand bomb. Would sand be something dangerous to shoot at high speed? Yeah, it would. Okay. Very simple. Let's go to the animated gargoyle. You can see there he's sitting on a little block, very different than this picture with just that. But otherwise, it's a cute little cat critter. It's like a 4-eared Yoda cat on top of a rock. So it's pretty cool. Very simple gargoyle. Yeah, he's got like, you know, construct, unaligned, blind sight, which is weird because he has eyes. Huh, I guess they don't actually see. Yeah, these are like, it even says not as large and menacing as their, you know, larger namesake, but, you know, I think, Oh, it actually says the eyes are not made of the same stone as the body. That's actually right there something you could use for story hook, where maybe you have to search all these gargoyles and you find this one and it has green opal-esque eyes or green jaded eyes. So your character has to remove them, but a fortress thing then comes to life and attacks them and beats them up and they're like, oh god, and, the group has to fight them. That'd be kind of cool. So, dang, that's pretty sweet. I do like that. Very nice, very nice. Okay, here's two more unique ones. The animated kindling, which is the one that's in the back at the moment, and the animated mage's chest. I love how it's got chains on it and feet. That's literally all it's got. It's got boots on the bottom and a chain. Like, nope, you're not checking out what's in my mage chest, and now it's going to run away from you. That'd be nice for a catch campaign where you have to keep finding this thing because it runs different rooms, and then eventually you have to defeat it in battle and break it open. Wow, okay. So the kindling, though, is very unique. It's actually basically a wood. It's a fire starter. It's supposedly a bag, but it looks more like a living stumpling. But what it does, it has the ability of flame command, so it lights up and then it adds fire to its attacks. So that's pretty unique. I like that. That's a very nice mechanic for your game, for a simple tiny construct that should be an easy fight. But, if you're weak to fire yourself and this thing starts whipping you fire damage and setting you on fire, that's pretty unique. Granted, I do have to admit that is kind of one jerk of a spell to throw when you create something live that's burning constantly. And as you can see, it's this poor kindling boy. He ain't having a good time. He is literally burning with pain. Like, goodness gracious. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, here's two ones that are actually kind of really nice because one's something we needed for the longest time. The animated rug. Now, it is the animated rug. It's not a pet rug or anything. We needed an animated rug that actually is up and moving because the one I've seen before, it's just a rug that's kind of like fluttering above the ground. And I'm like, that's impressive, but at the same time, like, that's kind of boring. I like this rug better. It gives me that old Aladdin vibe when rug came to life or carpet came to life and started doing stuff. It looks just like that, and I love it because it's goofy, but it's also menacing because it's got that creepy hand gesture too. It's like, yeah, I'm going to kill you. And you're like, oh, God. Animated pet rock is kind of basically an animated rock. I mean, in reality, the size of it is to like next to another mini, that's like a boulder. So maybe you could also reuse this as a child form of a Gulabdur. I know Gulabdurs are these giant rock beasts, and maybe this could be their children if you wanted another use for it. So it's a multi-use thing, and I love that. And that's what makes it very, even though it's simple and cute, makes it slightly more useful and more varied. But the rug, we definitely need the rug. I love it has like design in the rug and stuff. I look forward to painting it just so I can have a magic rug or the animated rug come to life and wrap a character or just simply pull something off that falls on them, some type of trick. It's a really nice mini. I think it's great that we're getting something like that. Okay, so here we're doing 4 at once. I'm trying to speed this up so we can hopefully get to the other stuff. Here is the animated sheet. It's basically your ghost, but looks very simple. It's literally a sheet. It's a sheet ghost. It's like that kid who went and took a sheet and put holes in it. Not much to say. We have the shield of astral touch. That's kind of cool. We got this like floating shield that has a hand coming out with a little swirl effect. That's pretty baller. The shield of vision. Another shield that has a face. Creepy. And it's like, it does detect magic and stuff, so it's pretty cool. And finally, we have the animated stone golem. See, that I like, because we do have stone golems, but, like, we don't have small ones. And this gives us a nice small one to use, even though it says, actually it's weird. It says large. You know what? I probably wouldn't use that one's mechanics, because it's not large. I wish it was bigger. That's my one pet peeve, because it's medium-sized, so it's like a person. However, it's not a bad idea to have a smaller version of a stone golem, because, not everyone's going to be able to afford a giant one or make a giant one easily. But I think the fact they made a small one's cool. The shield of vision is unique, and the shield of astral touch is unique. I got to give credit; those are very unique. And they have these lovely reach from beyond effects and extended visions. The sheet, on the other hand, really is just a ghostly slam. It's literally a one hit. It's a ghost, and with it having 25 hit points, your group could probably kill it in a single turn. A lot of these creatures could die in a single turn. Maybe the shields and the golem aren't, because they're around 40 to 50 hit points. Except for the shield division. Apparently that one, due to all the eyes on it, it must be weaker. But yeah, very unique. I love these combinations. Like I said, I wish the golem was at least bigger because it's just a medium-sized creature at this point. I feel calling it a large construct is a little overdoing it. But, you know, it does look like the book enough. And I mean, I wish it looked a little more actually like it's a book because it doesn't so spiky in the book. And it's a lot more like a giant stone gorilla look, which is just kind of cool. Or like Bigfoot. It's kind of cool. But let's move on. So this one we have another 2-pager bundle of creatures. I know you're like, wow, there's a bunch here. Well, first up, we have the animated teddy bear, which you can see over there coming around. Tiny little teddy bear construct. He's literally an inanimate object brought to life. He can do... Wait, what? Okay, the animated teddy is more terrifying than I thought. It shoots hellflame. Damn. It spouts a hellish flame emits from the bear's mouth. It's a dragon bear. It's a devil bear. It shoots fire. That's awesome. And then we also have there the animated turkey, which has hot grease as an attack, even though it also has a knife where, oh, it also has the move stab. Never mind. That works perfectly. Love it. We have some spiritual weapons and constructed pants. We have the, I'm guessing, mechanical wolf or dog. We have a mechanical dude or like minion. You could easily use him as a warforged, actually, if you wanted to. And then we have the lovely weapons of faith. We have the... I'm trying to see what they're called, because I know they're going to have special names being weapons of faith. Okay, they are just magical special weapons. Like, the sword is magically charged, and the hammer is magically charged. Like, they're just magic weapons you summon. Okay. Oh, they're not even like special. That's just the ones that match the book. So they don't have to be a sword or a hammer. They could be whatever you want. And they're different based on higher to lower levels. Okay, so it's just spiritual weapons. So there is this effect in the D&D in WizKids spirit stuff. So when these are all painted up, they're all going to go together. Except for the dog and the Warforged guy, because they're not, you know, and then those smaller creatures and stuff are going to go with golems because they're, you know, they're constructs. They're going to go in my construct box. But yeah, I really do love this. This is actually really nice. So just the and guys, we've only just gotten through this constructs to spiritual weapons and steel defenders. And I will say this now, the special miniature in this set is supposed to be the Troll Queen. There was a Troll King. He came later with the other set that I've gotten, which was the Hero Folk and stuff. There was a Troll King that came there. I'm hoping Wildspire makes him a separate purchase or something, because I would love to get him to go with the Queen. But we're going to go over her at the end. She's going to go at the end of this. So if you guys want to see her, she's going to be at the end of the video. But let's get to the what are they called? Spell blades. These are going to be the characters. And we're not going to go too in depth on them. They have a lot of lore. This is like why I recommend to buy this set, so you can read this yourself. But I'll try to go with like a couple characters at a piece or something like that, and we'll go down the list. Let's do it. Okay, so we're going to go with 4 adventures at a time here. First up, we have Bob Bobbert, Hillbilly Alchemist of Infinite Vision. And that's our pudgy little big-nosed friend there coming around. I'm not sure what he's supposed to be. They have long lists, and I'm not going to bore you with reading all of it. They do have PC ideas and NPC tables, so really unique. I love that little factor, so you can make them NPCs. Or if you want them to be player character representation. So really nice. And then coming around there with the flaming skull or whatever coming out of his hand, which he does have it in the book. He's just not shooting it like he is in the book. Using a tombstone as a shield is quite unique. I don't know if he's a dwarf. Oh, he is a dwarf. Okay, wait. Does it say what the Bobbert is? Yeah, Bobbert must be a human. They didn't seem to care. But that is Colfax Soulwalker, Tailhound of Dumathon. Very unique. The world of Solon. And that's this world they live in. So it's really cool. He's a grave cleric. We don't have a lot of those, so it'd be really cool if you had a dwarf of the grave cleric. He'd be a great representation. So that's really sweet. And let's see. Going after him will not be the one that's coming around right there in front of you. She's actually the last on the list we're going to go over. Sorry about that. I should have ordered them a little better. But here we have her, Clarice Budrain, Witch Knight of the Bog Lich. So I'm not sure if she's undead. She's a human hexblade warlock. But it doesn't say if she's like alive or undead. Yeah, she's under the... Yeah, she's like under the surface of an evil entity. So she could be a bad guy, could be a good guy. I mean, you could just have, she just had a, you know, bad, unfortunate lot in life. Yeah, they're actually like servants to a lich, so that's pretty cool. Next up here we have her with the cat. That would be Darly Cinephea, Sorceress of the Moon. Okay, she's a moon elf. Really nice. You don't really see a lot of moon elves in the game, so that's pretty cool. We get one. Let's see. Yeah, she's pretty cool looking. She's got some nice stuff going on here. Elven Forest Havens, Enchanted Forests, her lunar sorcery background, a lot of roleplay notes. Very nice. Very nice. We're not going to take over because the sculpts look great. I love all the details that go on here for, like, especially like the dwarf and the fat little chubby man. I'm not sure if he's also a dwarf. It doesn't say for him, but yeah, it's really nice. Let's get to the next group of heroes, shall we? Or Spellblades. Okay, so we have 4 more lovely characters here that are very lovely miniature animations. First up here, we're going to go with our large friend there with the big hammer. Now, yes, there are some bendy weapon syndrome going on. That happens with these kind of plastics, but not a big deal. You can use a little hot water. So our large friend there coming around from the left, they're rotating in. That is Don Gravitz, Sun Guard Cathedral Protector. He's a human war cleric of Pelor. I like his design. He's a kind of that gruff old man. Looks like he'd be a cleric. He doesn't have a shield, so he's not a screaming paladin. But yeah, pretty nice. I love his old man design. The details are very nice. Next up, we have Elzarak. And I know I'm not going to match the rotation completely, but, you know, while I was rotating, I'll talk about him. And he is a special agent of the Miligroth Guard. He is of unknown race. He's an evocation wizard from the world of Salon. Interesting. They made a character that has no race. And, you know, looking at his miniature, yeah, he has no details that give him off as, like, something else. He's very unique. I gotta give credit. I like that because it allows him to be useful if someone else wants to use him for, like, a sort of special character. So, yeah, pretty cool. He's a Hexblade, so you could definitely make one to be him. He's part of the Thieves Guild and stuff, or the mysterious cult, possibly. Very nice. Very nice. And the next one is not in order, but I put him up there because he's kind of got bendy weapon syndrome mixed with that the blade looks a little bit off. I might have to reinforce that with a little super glue. But based on how he sits really high in the air. And that is our small friend with the big sword, too big for him. That is Gale Swiftfoot. Them, they. Oh, Lord, we're putting in the them, they pronouns. Okay. Not sure why we're doing that, but okay. Weird. Emissary to Eronia. A Lightfoot halfling with the Oath of the Guardian Paladin. Yeah, you know, before they get the Oath of the Guardian Paladin, they better learn how to handle that sword, because apparently it's not working out that well for the little guy or gal, whatever it is. It's kind of sad, but I mean, like, actually, it is comically funny. I do think it's funny. It's quite funny. It looks like it's got, like, a smite on there, too, so it's wasting smite by smashing the ground because the weapon's just too big. Yeah, luckily there is a miniature matchup here, so I'm going off that. And now we're going to get to Ivan, who is our large war friend there with the hammer up. That is a Warforged Protector of Sran, a Battlesmith Artificier. Finally, an Artificier mini. Granted, I don't know many Artificiers that carry around giant war hammers, but hey, it works. I like it. He's full armored. He looks pretty futuristic. He's got the single robot eye thing going. Very nice. I gotta love when they add these characters that are just races we don't see often. I mean, the Enchanter guy is cool because he's a mystery. But then we're getting a Warforged. Very nice, very nice. Let's get to our next 4, though, shall we? So this one we're going to go with a little group of 3 just because I only have 4 left, and I'm going to make them one group at the end. So first up, we'll go into Name Unknown, Champion of Shadow, Lightfoot Halfling, Oathbreaker Paladin. Geez, I wonder what edgy character that one is. It's the small man in the helmet. He's like Shovel Knight. You don't know what his true name is, but he's a warrior. Very unique, very interesting. I love how they made an edgy character because he's even acting like an edgelord with the whole big sword that's too big for him, but he's also shooting magic. Next up, there's not much to talk about him, but we're going to go to the next one. That's Karine, Warden of the Mistglade. Galferum Dwarf, Circle of Spores Druid. Ah, she looks like someone that would literally be serving the Queen of Fungus. But not for like a dark reason that she's evil, but because she believes in the fungus. Or she could work for some type of fungus lord. Something like that would be kind of unique. I mean, it's interesting. You don't see too many dwarf women characters like that are so, and I mean like in the sense they're so unique looking. If I put her next to ones that have come from WizKids, she's gonna stand out 9%, like 9 out of 10 times. She's gonna stand out, which is good. I like that. I like that she's got such a unique style to her with like a special magical shovel and a cool mushroom hat. Granted, I wish the hat was a little bit different so I could get more light on her, but it is what it is. And finally, after our mushroom-headed dwarf, we have Professor Dillant Frid, Emeritus of Sron. Sorry, guys. I'm reading this for the first time, so, I don't know. Human Clockwork Soul Sorcerer. Okay, that's kind of unique. Getting some Harry Potters and Nerd Boy vibes going on here, but okay. Very well. Let's see. Anything unique that I can read here quick? Clockwork Soul Sorcerer, Hexblade Warlock. You could also find this one in the Tech City as well if you were doing a location things, or a large city, ruins, or the Feywild. Huh. I do like the fiery sword. On the picture, it's on the back of him, so I can't tell if it would be fire or not. But I do like the fire orb is actually in his hand as well, just like in the picture. Or, well, sort of fire orb, which was a little more whisk. It might not be fire. That might be a smoke orb or something. I don't know. I have to do more reading to find out later. So let's get to the last four so we can get to the Troll Queen and then talk about this whole lovely set. Okay, next group. First up, we have Cinna Warrentide. That's the woman right here in front of us. Shadow Acolyte of the Bog Lich. Shadow Domain Cleric. So there's like a Shadow Domain Cleric. That's very unique. So maybe she'd work with that other warrior from before, because she works for an evil lich. Or at least could be a companion or something. But you can find her in bogs, libraries, servitude of the lich. I would probably bet she'd be more of an evil character. Unfortunately for her. But, she's pretty cool looking. I like the big cloaks going on with her. She's got a lot of purple in her picture book here. Definitely looks like her miniature, so that's a positive. Oh, is that a hair coming off her? Sorry about that. Sometimes there was like a hair in there for some reason. I don't know why. And after her we have Strickland Herman, Master of Infinite Thought. He is a human monk of the 4 elements, and unlike in his picture, his arms are reversed. And yes, he is missing an arm. We have a technically, what's the word? Challenged person. And the funny thing is, his arm in the book is his right arm he still has, but in the mini, he has the left arm. I'm not seeing anything saying why that is, but, I mean, actually, weirdly enough, in the miniature, in the book, his arm is reversed. I might have an unusual misprint of the model or something. Wildspire might want to look into that soon, try to fix that, because, yeah, that's noticeable. In the book, even it shows his right arm, he still has it. But in the mini, or at least mine, I got a left-armed one. Huh. That is truly peculiar. I hope they look into that. That's different. Moving on, we have our lovely Felis, which actually is a great name for cat people that aren't Tabaxis. The Felis species. Tangle, the Blacksmith of Sron. Artillerist. Okay, the R looked weird there. Artillerist Artificier. So basically this is a war artificier making weapons and stuff that are special. I laugh that it literally is just a big cat. Like, it's like you put clothes on a cat. But yet in the miniature, it's a little different, which I kind of wish they'd went more with the art book version and put a tail on him, because he does have a giant fluffy tail, and he's a little bit more like cat looking. This one looks a little bit more anthrode, which I'm not a big fan of. I wish it just looked more like a cat, because even there he has paws, and over there he's got big hands. I kind of want more of the book, because he doesn't have goggles on either. But you know what? It works. I mean, the Felis is definitely a great race if you want to be a Tabaxi without being a Tabaxi and be more of an actual cat. Really nice. And then finally up here with the one going around, we have Tristan Follow Knight, Elite Knight of the Miligroth Guard. And notice the shield he's carrying. What a nice nod to the special shield we went over in the constructs. And the sword is a broken sword? trying to see if it says anything special. Oh, there it is. Broken shield and sword Tristan wields were gifted by his father. Huh. Weird. I don't remember the shield of visions being broken, but maybe. The sword, though, yeah, it's broken. They're passed on by relatives who fell in a great war. How unique. That's a very unique character you could have for like a tortured one backstory to make that work. Okay. Let me just get past this and we'll get ready for the final miniature. I know. We're this far. We're getting to the final one. This is a whole set though, so what do you expect? And here she is, the big bad of this box. Or at least the big mini. The Troll Queen. Now, she is a large giant, neutral evil. She has the regeneration. Oh, she's actually martially adept. That's concerning. Stats are looking pretty powerful. Yeah, she'd be a good fight. She'd be right behind her husband, who has 20 strength, while she has 18. That's actually quite impressive. Let's see. Good dexterities and, whoa, high con. Yeah, low and everything else, but not all so stupid. She's actually more intelligent than her husband. And she's about the same as charisma, though. So that's really unique. I like how she's got, like, the... Yeah, she's got giant club, bite, multi-attack. She's martially adept with menacing attack and riposte. Like, very unique. I like this. She's got the regeneration. There's good stat blocks for just her. Now, this really makes me want to get the Troll King, because he actually has a unique ability called Goblin Toss, where he throws goblins at you. What the heck? Now, I'm granted with her model, they sort of softened the face a little bit. She looks really, really evil in her artwork in the book. But her character, they've softened her face just a little bit, which is probably a good thing. But yeah, honestly, I love getting more trolls and giants and stuff. And it's always good to get more females, because you don't see a lot of female trolls. You mostly get a lot of dude trolls, which is fine, but we need more females to round it out, because obviously they exist. And I wonder if she's bigger than her husband. Like, dang. It's very unique, and I gotta say, Wildspire, 2 thumbs up. This is an amazing set. Now, when I bought this set, I believe I only spent, again, like, I think it was like $30. That's killer. Look at all these miniatures we've got there. It took us over 30 minutes to get through all these awesome spells and constructs. And then we get to the heroes. We actually got heroes with it. That's right. We got heroes and a troll queen. I mean, goodness gracious. This set gives you a whole encounter's worth of stuff in one go for like a cool short off campaign. Or like a dungeon run where you go through like an evil haunted cave or basement or mansion. And somehow it leads this evil queen in the basement being in charge, or that she's the final big bad. You know, and then surprise, surprise, maybe she was also just a captive. So you just killed like a possible ally. Who knows? Like, that's where the DM's amazing creativity comes into effect. And I gotta say, well done, Wildspire. Well done. A great set, worth the price, every penny. Really awesome. Anyway, guys, if you've watched this far, I thank you for watching this whole video. I know it was a long one. I hope you grabbed yourself a cold beverage to drink throughout this stuff to enjoy. If you guys enjoy, make sure you spellblade that like and subscribe button. The like helps, and the subscription definitely helps the channel grow. And if you got any comments, concerns, ideas, or anything you really loved out of this set, throw it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear back from you guys. Anyway, and if you have any comments or ideas, throw them in there too. If you got like something you really want me to look into and maybe I don't know about it and you want me to get that, I'll think about it and put it on the list. And if Wildspire ever wants to get a hold of me, do so. I would love to work with you guys to help promote your stuff, because you guys make some very lovely miniatures. Like, I loved the set from the Solon set. I got that one premium set. I got this set. I've had all these sets. I mean, God, their stuff is just so good. And the plastic material is very nice too. So, anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you today. But make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the next information, next movie, and next videos I throw out there. Movies, videos, whatever. Anyway, guys, have a great one, and Dracon will see you next time. Bye-bye.